Hello everybody, welcome back to another awesome video. Today I will be talking about the top 3 youngest serial killers. Yep, you heard me right. Youngest serial killers. Dun dun dun. Mary Bell and Craig Price, who were 11 years old and 13 years old at the time of their crimes, are among the world's most youngest serial killers. These young individuals shocked the world by committing horrific offenses at an age when most children are playing in schoolyards. The first youngest serial killer I'll be talking about is Mary Bell. The UK was rocked by the case of Mary Bell, an 11-year-old who in 1968 became one of the youngest serial killers in history. Mary Bell was convicted of killing 2 small boys in such a way that the nation was left mortified. Authorities recovered her first victim, 4-year-old Martin Brown, from an abandoned house, and later they discovered 3-year-old Brian Howe, strangled and mutilated in a shallow grave. Bell's background was troubling. She grew up in an abusive household, and there were claims that her mother had attempted to kill her as a baby. At school, Bell exhibited violent tendencies, often trying to harm other children. After she was arrested and in prison, the Evening Standard reported that Bell and a friend had taken responsibility for the killings, but it was Bell who displayed the most disturbing behavior. During her trial, the court heard that Bell had written notes confessing to the murders, taking pride in her actions. The judge described her as displaying a lack of moral sense, and the court convicted Bell of manslaughter. The authorities transferred her to a children's home for rehabilitation, where she spent many years under strict supervision. Bell's current status is unknown. Following her release, the government issued Bell a new identity to protect her from public scrutiny. Her case highlights the psychological impact of childhood trauma and raises questions about how society handles young children who commit violent crimes. The second youngest child serial killer, Craig Price. In the United States, Craig Price became infamous for being the world's youngest serial killer in the country. Born in Rhode Island, Craig committed his first murder in 1987, at the age of 13, when he broke into a home of his neighbor, Rebecca Spencer, and brutally stabbed her to death. Over the next 2 years, Price's violence escalated. At 15, he murdered Joan Heaton and her 2 young daughters, stabbing them multiple times in their own home. Price confessed to the killings, claiming he was under the influence of drugs at the time. Price was a teen, and his case led to calls for reform in juvenile justice system. After the court convicted Price, the system sent him to a youth facility where he continued to show violent tendencies, attacking guards and other inmates. In 2009, he was sentenced to serve more time for stabbing a prison guard. Unlike Mary Bell, Price never received a new identity. His current status places him in prison. And the third and final youngest serial killer, Amajit Sada. In 2007, Amajit Sada, who lived in a small village in Bihar, India, became the world's youngest serial killer at the age of 8 years old. Sada confessed to killing 3 children by beating them up with rocks. First, his 6-year-old cousin, then his 8-month-old sister, and then an unrelated 6-month-old baby named Khushbu. According to reports, Sada's father and mother were aware of their son's actions, but chose to conceal them out of fear of shame and retaliation. It wasn't until Chunchan Devi, the baby's mother, reported Khushbu missing that the police became suspicious of Sada and apprehended him. The young boy confessed to inflicting injuries to all 3 children, ultimately killing them. He showed no remorse, with officials noting he deprived pleasure from the killings. Under Indian law, a child under 18 cannot be sentenced to death or life imprisonment, so authorities sent Sada to a juvenile home for rehabilitation. Ideally, doctors there would have designed a treatment plan for Sada if one or more psychiatric disorders had influenced his actions. Depending on the individual, such a plan may include medication, talk therapy, or other methods of treatment. Do I have to say it?
Yes. In the accent too.
I'm not saying it in the accent.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna say it for you.
I'm gonna keep this in the video.
Go say it, go say it. She can't say it, guys. She's not.
I can't say
I'll
it.
say it then. Give me the microphone.
No.
And there you go, ladies and gents. Another little.
Shush, okay, I'll say it. Fine, I'll say it. There's nothing in there. Okay. It's like when I was trying to tell you that joke. Fuck's sake, alright. I have to post this. And there you go, ladies and gents and others that are thence, the top 3 youngest serial killers in this cruel world. And one last reminder that only 36% of you guys are subscribed. And it would mean the world to me if the rest of those who aren't subscribe, please. It will mean the world to me. It will make me very, 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 very happy. While you're at. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button and the like button as well. So, yeah. Bye bye. Subscribe.